Hey YouTube, my name is Nick, and I'm going to talk about what happened to me on January 12th, 2024. I remember getting off work January 11th, 2025, feeling lost, feeling trapped, feel like I wasn't doing enough. Like, I feel like I was taking care of people more than myself, and that was hurting me a lot. And I just didn't feel like nobody cared about me at that point. Like I knew my mom loved me, I knew my brothers. This unconditional love, so but I just felt like I was around the wrong people. Man, my life just was falling apart. Like that previous year, April 2023, I lost my dad a week after my birthday. My birthday was March 28th, and my dad passed on April 24th. Me and my dad weren't like the closest, but I knew who my dad was. Like, if I needed anything, I could call him and ask him for it, or if I just wanted to, reach out and talk to him, like I could have. But I remember I was working at Taco Bell, and I was throwing, I was a manager at Taco Bell at the time, and I remember throwing my crew, just like a little thank you for just like a little thank you. But that had to be, wait a minute, y'all. Yeah, it was Valentine's Day. No. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I'm getting confused with this year and last year. Okay. Yeah, it was Valentine's Day last year. And I threw my crew like a thank you for being a part of the team, something like that. So I got everybody I went to Subway and I ran into my dad. Yeah, I ran into my dad. And we were just talking, chopping it up, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I just remember him telling me, who's gonna come up there and get some tacos? And I said, you can go up there and get some tacos? You my dad, of course. Like, that's not even an option or a question in state, So, that was my physical time, last time. Y'all, it's like I just got chills of emotions, but I just remember that being the last time I saw my dad alive. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay. I can get through this. Okay. 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 I'm back. I'm ready. So yeah, I remember that being the last time I saw my dad alive. Fast forward to April 3rd. It was me and my friend Tim. I'm saying his name because we still cool to this day. Like, if we weren't, anyway. But we was just talking about our parents. And I remember asking him on April 3rd, 2024. And we were just talking about, I was like, what, how would you feel if your dad passed or something? I don't know why I said that. And I never told nobody this, but me and him, I talked to him about this. Tim, who I'm friends to. And we were just chopping it up. We were just talking about our dads and whoop. And I don't know how that conversation got brought up. And he was like, he wasn't really that close with his dad. He was saying his dad was like a a-hole and whoop sometimes. But that's just parents in general. Like, yeah, we say stuff like that, but we love our parents at the end of the day. Like, ain't nobody perfect in this world. So Yeah, I just remember because I worked at Taco Bell open late, so we got off. There was like a Monday night. Yeah, my daddy passed on a Tuesday, I think. Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, that had to be like a Monday night, and I was closing, and it was it was just going normal. Me and Tim just chopped it up. We closed. I think at the time we was closing it on Mondays. We was closing it 2 a.m. Yeah, and I just remember us getting out of there. I go. When you get off work, I stopped at the store because I was hungry. I ain't want no Taco Bell. I eat that every day. I was eating that every day. It was free. Why not? So I just remember stopping at the store. Getting a drink, going home. My drive was a little. It wasn't that long, but I said my drive was like a good, at the max, 13, 14 minutes from where I stayed. Because I worked in a different city than I currently live in. So anyway, fast forward, I let you know, guys, I was not asleep that long because I got woken up. I remember sleep and my mom coming in the room, boom, 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 waking me up. I thought I was in a dream. She said, Nicholas Boris passed. That's my dad's name. And I just remember saying, what? And I was just confused at the moment. Because I was like, what? I just talked to this man, like, face to face, like, no less than 2 months ago. Because I remember him saying he was going to come back to Taco Bell and get some tacos. But that never happened. And I remember being told that I don't even think I cried in that moment because it was like more like of a shock. Like I know this ain't real. It didn't really start to get real for me until my grandma was down here and they told me the address where my dad was staying, with the girl who was with at the moment. So, yeah, I remember just going over there. I saw my Uncle Neil outside. I think that was Bernice. Yeah, I saw my Uncle Neil, Bernice, and a couple other people I don't really, remember. Yeah, my pastor was there, but he came like later. And I just remember my heart being walking into that house because I wasn't ready. I mean, who would be ready for that? So I remember walking in the house. My grandma said, I noticed my grandma first, and she was crying. And I looked down, and I saw my dad still on for like the corner. They haven't picked him up, haven't took him out. I guess they was waiting for his immediate family. I don't know how that process works. But I just remember I saw my dad, lifeless body. It's just an empty body at that point because his soul is gone. And then I remember my grandma just crying and she leaning on me, crying. And at that moment, I couldn't cry. I had to be strong for my grandma. So I had to hold my tears because I didn't want to be crying too. But y'all, we're gonna but yeah, I just remember, okay, after that, I remember going back home. And when I got home, when nobody got home, I remember I didn't go to my room. I sat down on that couch and I remember just falling into tears. Falling, like crying, boo-hooing, boo-hooing. And yeah, that's when I lost it at that point. Cause I was like, dang, my dad gone. Cause that's the first person I ever lost that was just, I was just close to. Or, you know, yeah. And then we had the funeral, and then I had a good job at Taco Bell. I was the assistant general manager. I don't have no kids, y'all. I was doing good, like, you know, making good money, but I couldn't go back to that place. Like, I think I stayed for a little bit. I don't even think I stayed. I don't even think I made it a month after April 4th. I think my last month was April. And I just couldn't do it. So I just put my 2-week notice in. There was a lot of stuff going on at that store at the moment, but I feel like my daddy passing added on to that. So I put my 2-week notice in because how could I work somewhere knowing or having that mindset in my head of saying or thinking my dad gonna walk in here and I know that's never gonna happen. So fast forward, I moved to Atlanta, tried to figure it out there, and I feel like I just went out there to escape my reality, to be honest, because I didn't want to have to deal with what was happening. So I went out there. I was happy out there for a while, a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Atlanta is like a fun place. Like, I was happy out there most of the time. But then it hit me again. My daddy passed, and I just wasn't happy at the moment. Like, I lost me. I lost myself. I moved back to my hometown. Started working at this job. Like I can look out my door and see the place. But yeah, I started working there. I wasn't in a good space working there either, to be honest. And then I was just working there because I needed a job. Because I didn't want to do DoorDash anymore. Well, I couldn't do DoorDash anymore because I lost my car. Life was just life, man. And then my great grandma passed in July. She was like 99 of 2023. Like, and I just felt like life was just life, and man. First it was my dad, then it was my great grandma, then it was the car. See, there was like 3 things in a span of less than a year, and I just felt like life was just boop boop. And I was just like, man, I can't do this no more. So I remember it was Friday, January 12th, and I had to be at work at 4 o'clock that evening. And I was just thinking to myself, man, I can't do this no more. Then it was like other things happening, like people not being there for me when I was always there for them. And I just remember on that day, I was just like, man, I can't do this no more. So I went in the restroom. I think I was listening to Sia, Hell, I have done this again. Like, I was just like, I don't know if I was supposed to be listening to that, but I would just put myself in a deeper depression. It's like I was forcing myself into depression. I came in here because at the time my brother Rabbit Jacksford was staying with us, you know, because my brother go like to conventions and stuff. So he was the Rabbit, my Uncle Baby Jacksford was staying here for like a little minute. And I just remember walking in here and just giving him a hug. Y'all know how you do, pick up a rabbit and just like, you know, or a pet and just, you know, just give him a hug. And I just set him back down and I could just feel You know, you can just feel like somebody just watching you. I felt like he knew I was sad. I don't know how to explain it to y'all, but he knew I was sad because he was standing at the gate. So I went in the restroom. First, I got a belt, and I was like, "There's nowhere in here that can support my body weight with a belt." You know, like so. I feel the bath to upper water. I feel the bathtub up with water. I filled it up all the way to the point, but I knew I wasn't going to, survive it. Like, cause how was I going to off myself by doing that? So after I filled the bathtub with water, I was like, the belt ain't gonna work. Filling this tub up with water ain't gonna work. But I knew I was ready to go. So I came in here. I came in the front room, and I wrote a letter. It wasn't that long, cause I was just saying like, don't worry about me, just for the best. And whoop whoop whoop. And I just remember, I said, I got Tylenol and naproxen. My mom had like this big, like 300 bottle, I think like 300 or 100 or 200 bottle of Tylenol, and I had some naproxen because I was having toothaches. It's probably, sweet tooth, whatever. I was having toothaches at the problem, so I remember taking the rest of the naproxen because I had like 100 naproxens and it was at least about 40 something else. So I took the rest of those. And I took the rest of I took like 40 ibuprofens, and I was just taking them back to back to back. So in all, I took like 80 pills. And I remember just like when I was in Bethel, I felt like I was just getting weak. It moved this, so I went to go lay down. And I was just laying down, and I was just sitting there, and like thoughts was just rushing through my head. Like, they was just rushing through my head. And I just remember something hit me. I don't know what it was, but something told me to just call my mom, because I didn't want my mom to walk in here and see me like, sleeping, can't wake up. I don't know if I would have died that way. But I just remember me calling my mom, and she said on the phone, and she called the ambulance. I remember the ambulance, police knocking on my door. They came in, did the routine, talking to me, got the letter, Then my mom walked in, she see me. At that point, my mind gone, because I'm thinking, because that medicine was just so much in me. I just felt numb, like nothing mattered. Like, So I got in the back of the ambulance, heading to the hospital, and the man was just talking to me, and he was telling me like, don't do it, it's more to life. And he was like, why you feel like you need to do that? Because I said I felt like I was losing time. I mean, I feel like I only felt that way because I saw the people around me, doing good, graduated from college, was doing great for themselves. And I just feel like I was behind. So, I got to the hospital. They got me in. I remember sitting in the room in pain. It's like my stomach was just like balled in. It was like just imagine somebody it's like somebody was just squeezing my stomach like with all the pressure that they had. And I remember they coming in with like a little IV. They hooked me up to IVs, and the medicine started working. That's when the pain got worse. Cause I'm guessing they was trying to. Cause at that point they said they couldn't flush the medicine out of my stomach because it had been too long. When you take like Tylenol or something, that stuff kick in like 20-30 minutes. So I just remember being in pain, and I was like, God. And I was just crying. My mom was there, And I just kind of remember her holding me while I was throwing up in this, you know, the little throw up bag they give you. And I just remember my stomach in knots. It was just unbearable pain. Like, and I had to deal, and I dealt with that stomach pain for like, when I was in the hospital for a max, it was a good 2 or 3 days before it subsided, you know. So I was in the hospital part for the first, for like 5 days. Then I remember they said they was taking me down to run some tests. And I'm knowing in my head, you finna go to the psych ward. I ain't crazy. So I knew I was going. I just remember getting there, and I just remember them telling me, you know, it was like late at night. I think it had to be like almost going on like 8 or 9 p.m. So I remember walking in there, seeing everybody else, and they gave me my room, and I had like a roommate. It was an older guy. I didn't really get a chance to get to know him because the next day he had left. So it'd have been nice to have a roommate, but at the same time, I feel like I needed that time alone, you know. So I remember this little guy. I can't remember his name for nothing. I wish I could remember these people's names, but I remember him. I think his name was Jay. Yeah, his name was Jay. And I remember him being in there, and he brought me a sandwich. And he was like, you want this sandwich? Of course I was hungry in my head, but I was like, no, I don't want it. Because at that moment, I was just like, I just wanted to go to sleep. So the next day, I woke up, you know, they had the little evaluations with the little tests, you know, with the therapist. And they came in and they talked to me. And they was asking me, like, you know, why did I try to kill myself? And they was asking me, like, do you still want to commit suicide? And I was like, yeah. Because I didn't have no hope at that time. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Honestly, I just know I didn't want to be here. Like, I felt like I had nothing to live for. So, yeah, so they, I stayed in that place like a week and a day. So about 8 days I stayed in there. Yeah. But then through that process, like, we had therapy sessions. Like, they treated us good, to be honest. Like, for it to be like a psych ward, they didn't treat you like it. Like, I got on my medicine. I remember my first night being on, you know, the depression medicine. I went to sleep. I woke up jittery, happy. I walked down the thing because I heard somebody come in my room when I was laying down, and I woke up, and I woke up all jittery, you know, happy, like, like every thought I had of depression was gone. Like, it vanished. So the medicine definitely helps me, and it continues to help me to this day. So yeah, I just remember being there. Like, they did us good. Like, we had snacks, ice cream every night, cereal. The food wasn't the best, but it was decent. Like, sometimes we had good food. Sometimes it didn't have no seasoning. But, you know, in the hospital, they don't season the food because everybody, you know, some people got high blood pressure, diabetes, you know, just health problems. So, of course, they just, you know. But one thing they had in there that I love me some apple juice. I can drink apple juice all day, every day. I love apple juice, applesauce, stuff like that, little kitty stuff. I love those type of drinks. So, yeah, I had that. And then, you know, Jay was there for me, but, like, you know, Jay was there before me. He was there for me, like, it had to be like 3 or 4 days before me. And I forgot the other guy name that was there. But then they had, like, you know, they had therapy sessions. And I talked to this girl who was in nursing, who's in nursing school. I don't know if she's graduated. I don't know how long she said she had left. But I just remember her telling me it's never too late to go back to school. So they ain't got nothing new with the video, but today I applied to get back into school online. So college online. So yeah, But anyway, she was just telling me like it's never too late. She was telling me about how when she had her daughter, people was telling her she wasn't gonna finish and how hard it was gonna be. But I mean, look at her now, like she stood on her all 10, and like, you know, decided what she was gonna do. So yeah, so yeah, I remember her just telling me like, you know, stay grounded, get closer with God, cut out the negative, and just focus on you. So they stuck with me to this day, and I think about that every day. So I remember Jay done left, and I was like, oh man, Jay gone. Cause you know, like that's the first person that offered me a sandwich. So you know, we was like cool in there, like, you know, ain't no cell phones, no communication. I mean, you can use a payphone, the little payphone on the thing. Well, it's not a payphone because you don't pay for it, but it's like a little phone on the wall. And I remember talking to my mom, talking to my brothers. My brother drove all the way down here from Louisiana to come see me. And I just remember him telling me, you don't have to do that. Like, you know, just talk to us. But that's easier said than done sometimes, y'all. It's easier said than done. Because you don't want to bear, when people got their own stuff going on, you don't know what everybody else is going on. So you don't want to put your problems on nobody else. So anyway, fast forward, it was the other guy came in and we was cool, but I went there that long. With him, I think I was there with him like three days. So yeah. So yeah, I just want to say, I just want to tell you guys this story to say there are other options. Like, suicide ain't gonna solve nothing. You gonna be gone, then what? Just imagine like leaving your parents here. Like, you need, like, I was 27 at the time. Just imagine me doing that. Like what was I thinking? But it's easier said than done. People say suicide is selfish, but like, you don't know what people going through. You can't determine. You can't run nobody else's life. Like, we all got our own lives to live. But I'm just saying, like, before you consider doing it, talk to somebody. Go get some help. Because people out there that love you. But first you gotta learn to love yourself. Yeah, so I just want to give you guys this story and to let you know, if you ain't got nobody to talk to, you can text me on YouTube or wherever this video gonna end up. But you can talk to me, and I'm gonna be there because I know how I feel. Like, you know, we can talk about it. Like, you don't have to know me to text me. You can just ask me for my text now number or something, you know, and we can just talk on it. But I just came here to say that mental health definitely matters, and like, check on the people you think strong, because a lot of people thought I was strong, and I am strong. But like, you know, people think you're strong because you don't ask them to help you with nothing. That's called being a hustler or getting it out the mud or making it happen for yourself. That's not being strong. That's in the mindset that if ain't nobody, if I don't do it, who gonna do it? But I want to just say thank you for listening to this video. I hope it helps somebody, and yeah, I wish anybody who watching this the best in life, because you are strong, you are beautiful, you are smart, and you are going places. And just remember, if nobody told you, Nicholas loves you. Thanks for watching, y'all.